Hey, Holly, how's it going? I know we just talked, but could you send me the footage from the interview so I can?
I've just seen it. I've just sent it.
Oh, you know what? Oh, I'm seeing it.
Oh,
Yes,
you can
yes,
see
yes.
it?
Okay, sorry. Maybe it just took a second. Okay,
That's all right. Thanks
thanks.
for the chat. Bye.
Drag it on back. Ultra key. Okay. Whoa! Ah! What the hell?
Ben?
What are you doing?
Hi.
Yeah, Holly.
Yeah,
Is that you?
I like live in your green screen.
In my green screen? Huh. Wow. Okay, sorry. I don't want to. I'm feeling it now. It just feels like a normal one to me, but. Whoa.
No, it's like
These interviews are always so crazy.
it's a normal
expect
cultural
that.
thing in Australia. Like we all know that when we grow up,
Oh,
that
really?
that we have to go into a green screen, and we all accept it. And I'm actually pumped that you bought the one that I was in. Lucky me.
Oh, that's nice. Well, I'm kind of pumped that I bought the one that you're in now too, because now we can do the interview properly. I think the last one, I felt like it wasn't quite on point. I feel like I had more questions.
Oh, so you want to
So
do the
why don't
interview
we
again?
why don't we just do it again?
Oh, okay, I'm down.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
yeah. Why don't we just do the
Do
interview
it
again?
Yeah,
This time with you living in my green screen, which I know now,
yeah, for sure.
Okay, Holly Hargraves. Hello.
Hello,
Film
Ben Paul.
director.
Yes.
Yes. Hello.
Hi.
I'm gonna have to move out of the frame a little bit just to fit
Oh,
you in.
Yeah, sure.
So it's kind of a cramped space, the green screen, and it's new.
Mm-hmm. No,
So
I love it in
I
here.
appreciate you making it work.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. It's very chill in here. I like it. It's great.
So I've been watching all your stuff. I watched a bunch of it the other day, and I love it. I'd already seen it, a few of your things before, but I actually got a chance to check out a lot of your stuff. If you're just tuning in and you don't know who Holly Hargraves is, she is a film director on YouTube. She's kind of part of the folk filmmaking movement. I could say that, right? I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, say that. That's awesome. I'd love to be part of that community. It's the best community ever.
I know. I'm happy to be dabbling in it too, or at
Yeah.
least, indulging in getting to know people from it.
Yeah, 100%.
And you're one of those people. And once again, and it's I love your stuff. I noticed I noticed something I really, really like about your movies that is a through line that kind of, when you're watching a feature, or rather, I think yours are all shorts so far, and
Yeah.
I hope maybe one day you come out with a feature because I love the shorts.
Thanks.
There's this kind of, when you watch movies and you're trying to gauge somebody's style or if somebody's standing out, it's really fun when you catch something that you kind of know that you're like, oh, okay, so they've either been doing this a while, they got a knack for it, or they just kind of they've got like an artistic feel with it. And with yours, I find you have this, it's kind of got all that. You have this this style you have where you use, I find you use like audio in a really nice way. In Run specifically, I was noticing, and also in what was it, Harvey, where you use like audio to create dissonance, because if you've only got a short time in the movie, it seems like you kind of use this way, so you're kind of telling two stories at once, or you're adding kind of a feeling to a moment because you've only got so much time. That's at least the sense I got. Do you think about these things when you're making the movies? Like, would you, when you put over the sound of the woman screaming while she's sitting in the car, and the sound of the intense orchestra behind it, is this something you kind of think about?
Yeah, no, 100%. So with Run, it's actually it's a silent film, so it doesn't have any dialogue or speaking in it. And I got one of my friends is like a really good music composer, so he composed that music, and it's super intense and like just sort of gives you anxiety, which is kind of what I wanted, because it's a horror about a kidnapping.
Yeah, I find like there's only so much that a filmmaker really has access to. I mean, in a simple form, I guess an indie filmmaker, right? When you're just sitting with Premiere Pro or your like editing software, whatever you end up using. I guess you use Premiere Pro. That's kind of
Yeah.
yeah. And yeah, it's just cool to see you using your tools, like being resourceful, because I think storytelling is it's like so you could go anywhere with it, obviously. And if you only have so many tools, and just seeing somebody use something as simple as kind of throwing a different audio bed over something, over some really shocking visuals to kind of exaggerate the story and really push the narrative forward. It's really interesting because you only have a short amount of time, and you gotta like make time to use it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, what I think is interesting as well, because I am obsessed with horror, like watching it and making it. I actually like the idea of like someone screaming, but you can't hear them. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean? Because
yes,
that's almost
exactly. Yeah.
as scary. Like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's yeah. And then in Harvey too, where it's got where like you're looking at the fire, and I forget what you're listening to, but I think it's empathetic, which is a word I learned in film school.
Yeah, that's a great word. Yeah, no, in Harvey, we just used the actress humming, like, which is creepy as fuck. And also, she's like 20, she's 23, but she looks 12, which makes it even creepier.
Oh, really?
So,
oh my God.
Yeah, did you think she was a child?
Yes,
did you think,
I
when you watched
did.
it, did you think she? Yeah, no, 23 when we shot that.
Wow.
And yeah, it looks like she's a child. Yeah.
That's
so
awesome.
I mean, that helps in a way. Yeah.
So I saw one of your movies. I'm forgetting the name of it, but it's the one. I watched them all in a row.
The relationship one.
Yeah. So that also kind of showed a range where you have these kind of horrors a couple horrors that you work with, or that you put out, and then you have this kind of improvisational kind of Bomback style kind of feature or indie short, which I really liked. It had this sense that the actors were really comfortable under your watch, and like how do you kind of garner an improv like performed film as a director? How do you make people feel comfortable doing improv?
Thank you. That's such a massive compliment. So, I mean, I can't take full credit for that. So you're talking about trying. My friend Simone Ball and I, we sort of co-wrote that and co-directed it, and we just cast our guy friends to play our boyfriends. So I think that's why everyone felt comfortable, because we all knew each other really well. Yeah. But so most of my stuff is scripted, but when I do an improv, the script outline is scripted. So we'll put the scene, so I know kind of the emotional journey and where the conflict is, but all the dialogue is improvised. So we just went to Simone's mum's beach house in Torquay and spent the weekend there, and just shot. It was really loose, like, because we're all friends, we're sort of like drinking as well, and like, it was like a loose kind of atmosphere, and we're just sort of like, trying different stuff, and that was actually a really fun one to shoot. So I like doing both. Like, I'm more a scripted writer director, but I do like doing improv as well, just to kind of like mix it up a little bit. But if I do improv, then the outline is quite structured, just so I know as a storyteller like where it's going. But I also then do encourage us to kind of play like within the scene as well. So, and then I just craft it in the edit. So
I really liked it. I like the
Thanks.
Like, what do you think about trying things out as a creator or a director, in terms of at this point when one might be still trying to find their style? I think you're closer to finding it, but if you were to talk to somebody who's still kind of on that path to figuring out what their voice is, what do you think about trying different things? Because it seems like your shorts all are kind of dealing with different subject matter. A couple of them are these horror movies that are like kind of kidnapping themed, which I love, but you venture out. So like, is that something that you actively thought about? Or like, I should try a bunch of different stuff, or is that just kind of a natural inclination?
Yeah, so I'm all about experimenting with different genres. I don't want to be just like a director that only does horror or only does like one genre. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I just kind of play. And I also, no one else would know this watching this, but whatever film I make, I put what I'm feeling emotionally in that time, like into that film. But I know if but I know if someone else watched it, even if like I make something about an ex-boyfriend or something, I know if they watch it, they won't know it's about them, because I'm putting how I felt emotionally, but I'm sort of putting like a different spin on it, if that makes sense. I do like to sort of play with different genres. Like, I do like romantic dramas. I do like horrors. I'm obsessed with kidnapping for some reason. I think because it's so scary and it can happen that I don't know. I feel like I've got more sort of stories to tell on the kidnapping front. And I also love animation. I'm obsessed with 2D animation, and Screen Australia gave me some money to make an adult animation called Bonnie the Elephant, and that's just about animals hitting on each other in the forest. So I do like to play, and like, it's ridiculous. I do like to kind of play and just try different stuff. So whatever I feel like in the moment. Like, I just shot a romantic drama called Timing, because I was in a bit of a sweet romantic mood at that time. I just sort of do whatever, which is great. I mean, but that's the best thing about YouTube, though. That's why it's so awesome. You can just do whatever you want when you want, and just sort of play and experiment.
So tell the listeners / viewers this podcast is available on Spotify as well if you're viewing this, and on YouTube if you're listening to it. Tell them what you're thinking about what you're talking about when you say making films for YouTube. I know there's this movement that we're both quite interested in called the folk filmmaking movement, which is headed by a group of people, which I'll let you outline. Explain that to anybody who's wondering what this is all about.
Yeah, so folk filmmaking is this thing where filmmakers just make feature films and then they put them on YouTube as the first resort, not the last resort. So they don't do film festivals or they don't try and get it up on a platform. They just make it like no budget feature films and put them on YouTube. And so the people that are involved in that are like Dan Lutz from 922 Films, Joel Haver, Doom Productions, Zaid is another one. There are a lot of people making features and putting them on. And so at the moment, I'm still making shorts and I really do want to make a feature. But yeah, they're the guys that are kind of doing it, and everyone in the community is so like lovely and nice and like welcoming, and they're all really awesome. So yeah, you should go check them out for sure.
Yeah, I'll put some links in the description there. So on that note, this is an interesting thing because like I've gotten interested in this as well, in the folk filmmaking movement, and I'm starting to kind of reassess what my goals are or not even changing them, but seeing my approach differently. And it's kind of giving me a bit more of a second wind moving forward towards my goals, where I don't feel as discouraged. Because I mean, the name of this podcast, which I've repeated a number of times now, is No Star Power, which refers to like, you know, one of the terms for why a web series I made like wasn't picked up when I pitched it, because, you know, nobody had any star power. So it's kind of like this discouraged, you know, moment after I tried pitching this show where it's like, no, we won't, you know, it can't be made. And in my head, I was like, well, if I had just made it to make it, which I kind of did, but if I had really gone like, this needs to just go online and that people just need to see this, from the get-go, there wouldn't have been the discouragement, and maybe it would have pushed me into the next thing a bit quicker. So anyway, my point is the movement it's kind of like a different mentality towards creating. So you're not always trying to get that win or get discovered or whatever. So how have your goals changed, if at all, once, like, as soon as you kind of got interested in the movement?
Yeah, so much. I'm so glad that I stumbled upon this community. It's really inspired me. So before I sort of found them, I'm extremely results driven, and I have been for years. Like, I want to get into Sundance, I want to make a feature film. I wanted to go like the industry route. I wanted to get an agent, and I have had tiny little successes, especially here in Australia. Like, I've got into Oscar qualifying film festivals, and I've gotten like little good bits along the way, but I've also got rejected a lot, and it's heartbreaking and it's exhausting. And so when I found the guys and I saw that they were just putting their feature films online and just creating for creating's sake, not creating for a result, that just really inspired me. So like for 2022, I've made this decision just to kind of have a break for 1 year off chasing industry, which means I'm not putting my films into festivals or trying to get an agent or anything like that. I'm just going to make short films for my YouTube channel, and that's all I'm doing. So I can, like, because I'm already in love with filmmaking, but I feel like I'm sort of a little bit heartbroken by it and I'm tired. And so I feel like if I do this, then hopefully like it'll, you know, re-energize me, and I'm hoping that I just have like a fun year of creating. So this year is about creating, not about getting a result. Right.
Good. Yeah, I feel the same way. Thank you for coming on, and I hope when I say bye to you, I don't have to, like, you don't die or something, because that's usually how it feels like it goes down with this podcast.
No.
I want to cover you in the wood and you die.
No, I'm chill as. It's awesome in here, Ben. So I still get to make my short films and stuff. I just live in the green screen. It's awesome. And
okay.
All right. And we can chat anytime you want. So just take the wood thing off me and we can have a bit of a chat.
Okay, good. I'm glad. Thank you. That relieves me of the guilt that I always feel at the end of these podcasts. All right. Okay. Thanks so much, Holly.
Thanks, Ben. Bye.
All right. Okay.
See
Bye. Now dragging you over. Okay. And she's gone. Okay. All right, guys. That was Holly Hargraves. Oh, she's still in there. Okay. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. That was Holly Hargraves. independent filmmaker on YouTube. If you want to see her stuff, her channel's in the description. Okay, it's been a fun time talking to you guys. Please come back for more. Check out, I'm on TikTok now, so that's going to be in my links below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and if you're listening to this on Spotify, there's one out every week. And then on my YouTube channel, Ben Ball, there's sketches out every week too. So check in, guys, and have a wonderful rest of your week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry, Holly. Bye-bye. Take it easy.